right, so this is the third part of constants with it, and let me just wrap up the variable parts to it as well. So if you put things in a single quote, you're making it a string, which is a literal. Without this, this becomes a variable or the container that holds that number with it, right? So that I want to end the variable conversation at this time right now, and then take you to what's called constants for this conversation we're about to talk about right now with it. So let's talk about how once we declare a variable with it, you don't need to you can reassign a variable in here with it by changing by just doing let with the let command with it. So you cannot. This is what you cannot do. Let me do this. Let me do this as a block comment with this thing. So here's what you cannot do in a variable with it. So let's say you have let first name, let's say equal, let's say John with it, and then you do let first name equal to Dan. This is what you cannot do. All right, you're already using a let, assigning John the right side, store that into the first name, and then you do another let. This will cause an error. This will cause an error. You cannot do this. Cannot do this. Okay. However, the correct way that you can reassign it is this. If you do let first name equal to, let's say, John, and then you can redefine it by, you cannot use the word let in there. So just do name equal Dan. This is acceptable. All right. So this is acceptable that way with it. All right. So that's how you want to think about how you want to, you can redirect a name with it and run the code with it as well. So if you want to try this, let's do this. So I'm just going to tag this right here. Just copy that, bring that down here to the bottom to make the actual code. Make sure I don't have any variable name call first name up here, right? So I got name up here called Linda, but that's okay. So let's say now I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to do console, right? That log that, and then I'm going to put in first name here, right? And I'm going to come to the right of this and Control S saves this. Come over to my code, run up my code, get that node variable, and hang on, I got some errors. Sorry, I just love to see what type of errors I come up with the same with it. So it's telling me it doesn't like John and how I first assigned this. Bear with me for a moment. Okay, silly mistake. What did I forget again? I overseen and looked at this. I needed to put an apostrophe in this, right? Because this is a string, right? So I need to put an apostrophe in this thing because it's throwing that error coming out at it with this. Well, so I need to put an apostrophe in here to tell it it's a string, right? So that's, if I didn't do that, it thinks it's John is a variable with this. Let's see. So Control S saves this, and then I'm going to pull my my string, my command again, and you see that first name is now assigned to Dan. All right. So just to let you know how variables and all this thing works with it as well. So let me conclude with variables and constants for you to how it actually work with it. The next video is a very, very important video that I'm going to talk to you about, is what's called the variable, the var concept with it as well. So when do you use a var? And there's another way that you can actually talk about variables with it. So I'm just going to comment this out here in this section here. I'm going to say variable let. I'm going to say let versus var. Okay, so these are the two ways that you can actually define stuff on here, which is let versus var in here. Now, after this video with this, well, so hang on a second. Let me save this.